Hey, hi everyone. So this is a follow-up video, uh, and I'm going to give you a yearly review, 1 year review for the robotic vacuum cleaner. So it's almost been a year now that I purchased ilife A20 Pro. So this vacuum cleaner I purchased in January. So, and I've been using it regularly on a daily basis, and I wanted to share with you my findings. Now, as I said, this is a follow up video. So, a few months back, I had created a review of my robotic vacuum cleaner, and what I covered there was mostly from a point of view of buying a new robotic cleaner, and what was my thought process in buying the robotic cleaner, and how did I zero in on what I was using. So after 1 year, how do I find it? Let me start with the positives. So first and foremost, the robotic cleaner works as promised. Okay, so the vacuuming is really amazing. I'm happy. Secondly, I have created 2-3 maps. One is for my entire house, a separate map for my terrace, and another third map for a balcony. Now, why did I have the need to create these separate maps? Is because the crossover point into my terrace or into my balcony is not easy, and that was the reason. And secondly, I tend to keep the doors closed to the balcony or to the terrace, and therefore if I had to keep it separate, that was my need. Okay, otherwise it can seamlessly, if it is easy to get into the terrace or into the balcony, it can very well do that cleaning as well along with your flat. So that much I am happy with. Okay, now second thing, so it works vacuuming. When I say vacuuming, I am saying the suction, that cleaning. I am not talking about the mopping as yet. Mopping, same as I had told in my first video, it's very light. So it's like moving a cloth very lightly on the floor. It does not clean the stains. It does not clean if there is a tile which is not even, so there's some uneven edge, so there will be dirt over there, so it won't take it off. In fact, there will be dirt which will keep piling up in those small gaps. Corners are not cleaned properly. So these are the two negatives. Apart from the robo, the biggest negative which I found is not in the robo, it's in the network. Oh my god, I use Airtel network. Please remember that your network may be working for browsing, seeing YouTube videos. So for that purpose your network may be working, but it may not work for your robo. Why? Because when you browse or you use the network for personal consumption, may it be for watching YouTube or your personal work, chats, whatever, all that browsing or everything is happening on 5 gigahertz, whereas your robo works on 2.5 gigahertz frequency. Now I have Airtel network and it supports both the frequencies, which is why my robo works. If you do not have the 2.5 gigahertz option, it will not work. Now, when my network is working and yet my robo is not working, the reason is the 2.5 gigahertz is not working, 5 gigahertz is working. And I have faced network problems so many times. The robo works like a drunk person. It just doesn't know whether to go right, to go left, keeps standing in the same place, thoda aage, thoda piche, it keeps going absolutely like a drunk man. But it is not the robo's fault. It is not able to map, it is not able to move around, it doesn't know where to go. That's because the network is not working. It needs the network, and our network sucks. So there, it's not the robo's fault. But if you are relying on the robo for your cleaning totally, then you have a problem. Now I have to keep trying. Now I am a homemaker, I don't work, so I am in the house, and if it is not working in the regular timing, then I try it again after 4 hours or 5 hours, and that's how I get the work done. But this is an issue, and it drives me crazy, because I would have loved if I could schedule cleaning and it gets cleaned. But that does not happen, because the network doesn't work, and it does not work quite often. Okay, next point. All the dirt it sucks in goes into that dustbin. Good enough. However, you need to clean that robo, remove the dustbin, turn upside down, remove the brush, the place where the brush is put, then the place from where the dust enters. All of that carries equal amount of dust as to what you have in the dustbins. Equal amount is inside that areas, from where it gets sucked into the, on the roller, all the hair. Now I don't have a pet, but we are equally bad. And if you have long hair, God save you. The entire brush is entangled with a lot of hair. Now here's a tip from my side. Don't take the brush and keep pulling out the hair. It doesn't work that way. Instead, take a scissor and just cut the hair from the brush, and then put the tool which comes with the with the vacuum cleaner. If you cut the hair, it comes off within 2 minutes. Okay, but you have to clean the filter, you have to clean the area where the dustbin joins the robo, and of course the roller brush. So a huge amount of dust gets collected. I don't know if it's just my house or you see the same in any house in India. I say on the first floor, so maybe the scene is different on top floors, but there is tremendous dust in my house, and ever since a construction started next door, the situation has been really bad. The dust keeps coming. But it helps, to have a robo. Now that the construction is going on next door, I can use my vacuum cleaner twice maybe. The maid is not going to come twice, so I can do that. So you do have positives, but there are negatives as well, because it takes time to clean the robo. Next negative I'll say, if there is water spilled on the floor and the robo goes over it, the entire suction area or the place where the dust enters the dustbin, that becomes wet, and now the dust is muddy. So you need to clean it, not with the regular brush, but otherwise using different methods. You have to, as if it's mud stuck over there, you have to clean it properly. So you cannot have water spillage anywhere. If you have a house where there are very few people, most of the time people are outside the house for work purpose or school purpose or college purpose, and the number of hours the house is closed, then I think the robo is of much more help as against say my house, which is filled with people, and so there's all the time someone or the other crossing the robo, closing the doors, opening the doors. So someone has to change, so they'll just close the door of their bedroom, and the robo comes there, it sees the door is closed, it can't do anything, it just skips the room and goes ahead. So then if you check the map, then you realize the room is skipped. So secondly, when you have lots of people in the house, they'll keep using chairs and all that, so the chair positions change, people come in, people go out, so you have shoes someone just came in, took off their shoes, was there in the house for 10 minutes, again went back. But if the robo is running, that the shoes becomes a hindrance to it. So these are tiny things, but my house is one hectic place, multiple people going around. Then so these are some positives, some negatives, and after using 1 year, sometimes I feel frustrated because of the network. Sometimes I feel initially I have dust allergy, and I did not realize that every time I emptied the dustbin, that dust was I was inhaling that dust, and oh my goodness, after a few days I had a massive allergy attack, massive, and I did not realize that I should have worn a mask while emptying the dustbin. So now I mask up and do everything, cleaning the robo, cleaning the dustbin on a daily basis. Third is cleaning the mops. You have to do it, there's no option, you have to do it. Then getting your spare parts. When I had purchased the robo, I had also checked sites apart from the official website like Amazon. If I get spare parts, I will need mopping cloths, I'll need the filter, I'll need maybe the roller brush which is in the front of the robo. So I had checked it, and these brushes or the filters or the mopping cloths are available from third party vendors. But now here's the catch: when you need it, it's not available, it's out of stock. You get these for models which are not yours. So yes, you get a false feeling that these specific things, filters, mops, brushes, etc., they are available, but please check, they may not be available when you need it. So whenever they were available, I had to buy an extra batch and keep it with me. Faltu ka kharcha. But then I needed it some day later. Mops, you do need it. The mops which came along with the vacuum cleaner in as a kit, I am still using them, they are good quality, but I need multiple mops, because if the amount of dust in your house is very high, you cannot have the same mop clean all the rooms in your house. You will need a fresh mop, and that is the reason I had to buy more. I in fact even tried making my own mops. I purchased the microfiber cloth and I tried making my mops. So these homemade mops, they worked only for 1 or 2 months, and the microfiber cloth is that you get in the market is not the same as the cloth given by the company. The company cloth is of much higher quality. In the microfiber cloth available in generic stores or even on DMart is not the same. So these sorry, so these specific cloths mops which I made at home, they worked only for 1 or 2 months, and after a point they lose the shape, they become loose, and the mop gets entangled in, it gets sucked, it goes below the vacuum cleaner and it gets sucked and it gets stuck over there. So this is one problem. Now my thought process behind making my own mops was, if you can make it your own, why purchase it at such high cost? finally it's a mop, right? But you should have a correct cloth, that is important. If you get that cloth correct, you can make it at home. Otherwise, you will have to change those homemade mops after every 1 or 2 months, when they become loose. So that is also one option to save money. But filters you have to buy. Okay. And cleaning the robo, that is one area where I would like people who are new and are considering buying a new robo, please go for better models where your cleaning robo itself, that activity, that time gets less. So if you have to invest a little more, try out, read the reviews for those models where you don't need to empty the dustbin every day, you don't need to clean the mops every day, self cleaning mops. Does it really work? I don't know how much it works, but or where the roller brush has a knife like tool fitted over there, so this hair which gets entangled, they get cut automatically beforehand, so they get sucked in properly because they are now tiny pieces. Hair is a problem, especially if you have long hair, like my mother-in-law has really long hair right up to her waist. So one strand of hair is good enough to go around the roller brush. So in that, I don't think pet hair will cause such a problem where the size of the hair is this much. This also gets entangled, but long hair, waist length, is a big problem. So think over, and if you want a robo as an additional cleaning tool, it's the best. If you want it for daily usage without a maid, do something about the network. For me, network is the biggest cause of problem. Second problem is cleaning the robo itself, but that I can do. It's in my hands. That network is not in my hands. Think over. I am giving the link to the first episode in the description also, and I'll put it somewhere in the I button also. So go check that out. It has information on selecting the robo. And this is my yearly review. I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye bye.